This is the story of a 12-year-old boy whose song brought the world to tears. Miguel Santos grew up in a small rented room in Tondo, Manila, with his loving mother. His father, a man he barely remembered, left to work overseas years ago and never returned. After the first year, the phone call stopped. The only thing Miguel had left of him was a faded photograph, his most valuable possession. To escape the pain of his father's absence, Miguel found solace in music. He learned to sing at church gatherings, his voice shaped by the soulful Filipino ballads that spoke of love and longing. While his mother worked long hours just to make ends meet, Miguel would often sit by the window at night, staring into the darkness, imagining the impossible. His father walking through the door. School events felt empty without a dad to cheer him on. Birthdays came and went without a father's hug. He even wrote letters, pouring his heart onto paper, but they were never answered. Singing became his way to express all the emotions he couldn't put into words. The idea of auditioning for America's Got Talent felt like a distant, impossible dream. But his mother, seeing the fire in his eyes, encouraged him to try. They borrowed money from friends and family and made the long journey from Manila. Stepping onto that massive AGT stage, Miguel felt a wave of nerves wash over him. The blinding lights felt brighter than any future he had ever dared to dream of. When the judges asked why he chose the song he was about to perform, Miguel's voice was small but clear. He said, "I'm searching for my papa." A hush fell over the entire audience. The song, he revealed, was his own original composition. The lyrics painted a picture of rainy nights in Quezon City, of waiting and hoping. As the first notes began, his voice trembled, but it held a strength that defied his age. By the first chorus, tears were already rolling down his cheeks, yet he never missed a beat. The camera panned to the audience, showing countless people openly crying. His song wasn't just a performance. It was a raw, unfiltered cry of abandonment and a desperate plea for hope. Every note echoed the deep emotions familiar to so many Filipino families separated by distance. Miguel closed his eyes, lost in the music, imagining his father somewhere out there, listening. The melody was filled with a profound loneliness that everyone in the room could feel. Simon Cowell, known for his tough critiques, leaned forward, completely captivated. His typically neutral expression softened, then crumbled into pure emotion. The other judges stopped writing notes, their pens frozen in midair. The entire hall was so silent you could hear a pin drop. Miguel held the final, heartbreaking note with a shaking breath, then looked down, crying softly into the microphone. For a moment, there was just silence. Then, the entire room erupted. One by one, people jumped to their feet, filling the auditorium with a thunderous standing ovation. The audience clapped through their own tears, moved by the sheer honesty of the performance. The camera zoomed in on Simon Cowell as he discreetly wiped a tear from his eye. When it was his turn to speak, his voice was thick with emotion. "That," he said, "was real." He praised Miguel's honesty, explaining that it wasn't just singing. "That was a message to the world," Simon declared, adding that a GT needs authentic stories just like this one. The other judges echoed his sentiment, admiring Miguel's incredible courage. Overwhelmed, Miguel managed to thank them in both Tagalog and English, his hands shaking as he clutched his father's old photograph. Backstage, his mother watched on a monitor, tears of pride and sorrow streaming down her face. The moment went viral almost instantly. The video spread like wildfire across social media, resonating with viewers from all corners of the globe. Overseas Filipino workers, in particular, felt a deep connection to Miguel's story of separation and sacrifice. The comments section flooded with messages of support and love. Soon, a spontaneous online movement began, with people from around the world trying to help find Miguel's father. This performance was more than just a boy singing a song. It was pain turned into purpose. Through his vulnerability, Miguel found an unexpected strength. He realized his voice, born from heartache, truly mattered. His song became an anthem of hope for countless children who saw their own stories reflected in his. Simon Cowell's uncharacteristically emotional reaction amplified the power of the moment, showing that true talent lies not just in technical skill, but in emotional truth. Miguel smiled through his tears and whispered into the mic, "Papa, I love you." The song had ended, but the feeling it left behind lingered in the air. That day, AGT transformed from a simple talent competition into a platform for healing. Miguel's journey represented the silent struggles of millions of Filipino families, proving that absence can become the greatest motivation. As our channel spread the smile, shared the story, we saw its incredible impact. Viewers wrote that the performance inspired them to hug their parents a little tighter, to cherish the moments they have. Miguel might have felt alone on that stage, but in sharing his pain, he found a new, global family. His voice reached across oceans, searching in a way that words alone never could. He didn't just sing a song. He reminded the entire world what love, loss, and hope truly sound like. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.